More than a third of all Australian adults are suffering from significant sleep problems, and it's reportedly costing our economy a whopping $5.1 billion every year.
Yeah, this week is Sleep Awareness Week. So here to tell us how to get a good amount of shut-eye is a sleep expert, Elina. Elina, thank you for joining us. Why are so many of us struggling to get to sleep?
Well, most of us have heard that it's related to stress and the racing mind, and that's true. But I think most people don't understand just how powerful our minds are and what a significant role they're playing in our inability to sleep. So I joke with my colleagues about how many of us are doing shift work, even though we don't realise it, because at night time we're thinking about our work or problems we need to solve, producing all of these stress hormones in the body, and yet expecting that will nod off. Just not going to happen.
Not going to happen, right. Now, there is a simple test that we can do at home to determine whether or not we're sleep deprived. Tell us about that.
There's a professor in the States that came up with one technique, which was holding a spoon and a tray, lying down, closing your eyes and seeing how long it would take you to nod off. And so if you are lying down and you have your hand over the bed, drop the spoon in less than, let's say, 5 minutes,
Jesus. It'll wake you up.
It'll wake you up, and supposedly, according to that study,
sleep.
that indicates that you're sleep deprived. Now, I personally don't necessarily agree with that technique.
But that's so you can check the amount of time it took you to fall asleep?
Yeah, so if it takes you less than 5 minutes to nod off, and you'll know from the spoon dropping, that is an indication that you're sleep deprived because you're falling to sleep so quickly.
Okay, so you're extremely tired, you're falling asleep.
You're dropping off, literally.
Right. So if you get into bed and it takes you a long time to fall asleep, that means you're not sleep deprived?
So that's the tricky point. A lot of people are so wired today that they take a long time to fall asleep, and they are sleep deprived. That spoon would never hit the tray, but they're very sleep deprived.
See, my wife's like one of those dolls that when you lay her head back, the eyes close.
Yeah.
And so when she says like, "Oh, let's watch telly in bed," I'm like, "Oh, well, that means I'm going to watch telly alone." So, I mean, does that mean she's not going to get a good night's sleep, and because I'm awake for another hour and a half, I'm going to rock it?
Because she falls asleep.
She falls asleep so away.
Yeah, I'd say she's a good sleeper.
Oh. Okay. A lot of people focus on perfecting their nighttime routine. So does that help, or does it actually come down to what we're doing during the day?
So a good night's sleep starts from the moment we wake up, and this is one of the real myths around sleep.
That's because I'm still tired.
So people think it's all to do with the hour before bed, and the media tells us that. But really, it's from the time we wake up, how we do stress during the day, you know, what thoughts we're having. Our stress hormones accumulate over the day, and so when we go to bed, it's what level of stress hormones have you accumulated over the day? So it's really from the time that we wake up. That hour before bed is important, but it's only a small factor in determining how well we sleep.
Right, so it's more about managing the stress through the day.
Yes, stress and understanding what's happening in your nervous system. So here's one of the other things. Even though people understand stress is affecting their sleep, they don't know how stressed they are. So if you're okay to do it, I'd love to do a little test with your viewers right now, just to get an idea about their stress levels. So you can just place a hand on your upper chest and your lower belly and check in with your breathing. So where are you breathing into? Is it the upper chest or the lower belly? And how fast? I'm going to check out your breathing now. Upper, yeah. Upper,
There's a lot of belly work going on here. I've just lost some weight.
So if people are constantly breathing fast and high, it's an indication of stress levels.
Right.
So it's really interesting to check in a number of times during the day. If that's happening a lot, probably is a sign you need to work on your stress.
I have to stop breathing.
Yeah. Now he's stressed about that. Now, you also say, Elina, that it's important to update your sleeping environment. What does that mean?
So, of course, in this technological age, there's a few technological things we need to pay attention to. So ensure that your phones have an app on them that blocks out the blue light so that we can optimise our melatonin production. The blue light acts like the sun and blocks melatonin. And then there's a few basics like ensuring you have a dark room, trying to keep your Wi-Fi off at night, those kinds of things.
I thought you said try to keep your wife off at night. Well, that's not a problem.
But really the most important things when it comes to sleep are managing our minds and our bodies Yeah.
Thank you, Elina. All right, for more sleeping tips and tricks, you can head to mysleepcoach.com.au.